Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Suhimin bin Sunin and today I will talk about question 1. For transaction involving 4 team group to purchase electronic component from foreign country, then the type of international trade that involved in this transaction is banker acceptance. The meaning of banker acceptance is a short-term debt instrument and also it means that it is a promised future payment or time draft which is accepted and guaranteed by a bank and drawn on the deposit bank. The benefit obtained by importer if using this type of international trade financing is during this transaction, the payment and the goods purchases that include in this situation are guaranteed under the guarantee of the bank itself. Next, importers also get low interest rate with a period between 30 and 200 days.
Hi and good morning everyone, I am Jinama, student ID 2020881644. I'll talk about forex exposure that do 14 group facing and the benefit forward contract for the importer and exporter. Forex exposure in its simplistic definition is the risk that business assume while conducting transaction in foreign currency. The first one is translation exposure. Translation exposure, on the other hand, comes about when translating book or record of account into their local currency relevant in that case that you are pulling report or showing financial statement to governing bodies or shareholders. Foreign currency has moved in an unfavorable direction at the time of translation, impact the company outward facing value. Secondly, transaction exposure. Transaction exposure relates to the risk resulting from a real transaction in which commerce in conducting using foreign currency. Profit are the ultimate goal of every financial transaction in a business. Last but not least, economic exposure. The most significant and far-reaching effects come from this particular form of exposure because of the widespread and far-reaching effects that it might have. This kind of risk is categorized as a long-run exposure type. Company is very vulnerable to risk. Advantage of using a forward contract as an importer is the ability to regulate and reduce importer exposure to the volatility of the foreign currency market. Forward contract will provide the assurance that the importers need. When the exporters book a forward contract to sell a currency, they are able to obtain a desired exchange rate for usage at a later date. This is able to determine how much money they will receive. Possible for them to have a pricing plan that is very competitive while at the same time maintaining the stability of their profit margins. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Ebi Farhani binti Endi Muhammad Ghazali. So we move to the question 3, which is the question asked to determine which suppliers Potim Group should sign the contract. From the calculation that we did between the United States supplier and Japan supplier, Potim Group should sign a contract with the United States supplier to import the electronic component for its production line. It is because the total cost of electronic components supplied by the United States is lower than Japan, at 993,901 ringgit Malaysia 76 cents compared to 1,070,451 ringgit Malaysia 20 cents.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Kamal Nabil. I will present about answer question 4. Based on the solution of the third question above, we have been of unanimous opinion that we recommend for team group to sign with a supplier from the United States. How can suppliers protect them from credit risk from importer? The first is to determine credit worthiness. In order to effectively pursue late payments, suppliers must appropriately evaluate the credit quality of potential borrowers. In fact, pursuing overdue payments can be a waste of imported time and money that could be spent developing new business. Additionally, there is always a chance that late payments may turn into bad debts. This meant figuring out which consumers qualify for credit extremely crucial. Next, suppliers may learn more about or research the 4-team group. An essential task for any company or organization is to learn about and investigate its clients. Doing business with clients should stop until the provider has done enough due diligence. Before transacting business with a customer, at the absolute least, confirm their identification, profile, and financial standing. Suppliers should also conduct frequent evaluation on their current clients during the customer life cycle. As is common knowledge in the business world today, a company view may change quickly, and if a supplier waits until they receive negative news, it may be too late to make up for their losses.
Now, I will talk about the conclusion. In this case study, 4-team Group has a contract in place to buy electronic parts for its manufacturing process, allowing it the choice of buying parts from either the United States or Japan. The results of our discussion in this paper indicate that 4-team Group must sign a contract with a supplier in the United States, since the total cost of supply for electronic components is lower than Japan's. The type of foreign trade financing at issue in this transaction is banker's acceptance. According to the conditions of a banker's receipt, a short-term credit instrument issued by the importing bank and exporter's invoice will be paid. Furthermore, concern about credit risk should not stop international export companies from expanding their ties around the world. When conducting business internationally, a corporation can do so with confidence if it has developed strategic relationships and useful risk reduction measures. We think it's important to find international trade financing companies that can act as a middleman between importers and exporters in order to lower credit risk.